I am not a vlogger, but I am going to attempt to do this. I decided that I'm going to do a 5-day fast. It's kind of perfect timing. I just interviewed with Megan Ramos, who's the co-founder with Dr. Jason Fung for their IDM program. I think I want to do it. It's like 100 degrees here. I have all the electrolytes. I'm also wearing a CGM, so I was like, perfect. I can see kind of what my blood glucose is doing 24/7. The goal is at least 3, and the hope is at least 5, or trying to get to at least 5. So we'll see.
Good job, guys.
Say hi.
Hi.
All right, we just went for a swim and we are going to eat a meaty dinner and then I'm gonna start my fast. Okay, so here's all my electrolytes. I don't plan on really taking all of this. I have Redmond salt. I have their Relight electrolyte supports. And then there's salt crystals. You can suck on it or you can put this in your Soleil water, and I'll probably make Soleil water that way. There's magnesium drops from Keto Chow. This doesn't have a ton of sodium, so I would probably need to take a lot more of it. And then there's also Relight. Now this has a little bit of sweetener, so I probably won't take these. And from Keto Con, I got this as well. I've never actually tried this, so I don't think I'm gonna even try any of the ones that are sweetened. Okay, so day 1, I'm going to test my ketones and glucose. I have been up for a while and I've been running around. I forgot to test earlier, but I'm going to test now. Okay, so here we go. Here's some blood. I think this is the keto. Yeah, this is a ketones. Okay, so 1.3. I like this meter better. So I am going to 4.7. So clearly there's such a discrepancy. I realized I got so tan yesterday swimming. I was recording today with Joel Salatin and I was like, my face looks so dark in the camera, but anyways. I didn't realize that I'm so used to snacking or eating my meal after a client session or recording. And so I am, more than I'm hungry, I just want something to eat because I had a couple clients. I had my recording and then I have another recording later this evening. And so it's so crazy how much habitudes affect things in our lives. I really don't know how people vlog. It takes a lot of effort. So I really applaud all the vloggers out there. It is 9:30. I just finished work. I know it's late today, but I think because I'm fasting, it's just easier to work through all the meals. I'm feeling fine. I've been just making sure to take more salt because my last attempt at doing a 7-day fast failed because I don't think I was hydrated enough. So I've just been preemptively taking more electrolytes than I would have even on the very first day. Totally feel fine. Obviously, I miss eating already, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Energy is the same, and I went down and made my Soleil water, and I found that the crystal rock was not salty enough, so I added a bunch more. Okay, so today is day 2. I'm going to just record at my desk because it's so much easier than me trying to hold the camera and do everything. But it looks like I'm at 36 hours Okay, so I already had a client session, so my blood sugar is probably going to be a little bit higher than normal. What was really interesting was I woke up in the middle of the night when I never do normally. So here's my glucose. So I'm going to just share a screenshot somewhere in this video. So my blood sugar went up by 10 points with a client call, which totally makes sense. So in the middle of the night, my blood sugar, and I don't know if the CGM is exactly the right numbers, but it shows the right ups and downs. So it went down to 85 and then it went up just to 99. And that little bump, and normally that level of bump on normal days is not an issue, but it woke me up. And I remember just feeling wide awake. And I hear this from my clients all the time, and I never experienced that. But it was so interesting that while fasting, I experienced it. So my blood sugar must have dropped, cortisol must have kicked in order for me to then not have that low. So again, it went from 83 to I think about 99. And then I've been up for a while. The numbers have been in the high 80s, low 90s. And then during my client calls, it went back up to like 99. And again, I don't know if these numbers are 100% exact, but the trends are. So that's been really cool to see on my CGM. It's pretty interesting that even though I'm fasting now 36 hours, which isn't a whole lot yet. Okay, so I have a couple more client calls today. I have a recording with Dr. Boz. I really like Dr. Boz. I'm kind of like just sharing what I do in a day. Usually my kids are in school, so then I'll drive to the library and work from there, or sometimes I work in a conference room, but they are off school. And so that's why I'm going to be just at home. And if I need rest, I'm going to rest. But I have my box of test kits. So I'm going to be testing my blood work. I have a little bit of water in here. I found this low salt. It's so old. Hopefully salt doesn't rot, but it has a potassium. So I'm going to add a little bit of this. Because last time, if you watched my five day fast, or my failed 5-day fast, I don't think I got enough potassium. I wasn't hydrating enough. And then I have this magnesium drops. So I'll probably just add a little bit of that. Normally I take the Soleil water, it's downstairs and I don't feel like grabbing it. And I also have this little thing of salt. So instead of putting it on my tongue, I put it under. And if you do that, it tastes less salty and then it just absorbs better into the body. And so I actually do that. And then sometimes I'll just end up drinking a sip of water to then get the rest down into my digestive system. I love testing, but I've learned from all the test kits I have that they are not the most accurate. You'll see right now, I got this meter free and I told them I can't recommend them because I don't think their results are super accurate. But I'm just going to test my uric acid while I have it here. And I think data is always really helpful, but I don't think people should always chase numbers. Okay, so my uric acid is high, but they say it's protective, especially if it's if you're in a ketogenic state. And remember, ketones compete with uric acid to be removed from the body. So context matters. I've double checked with Dr. Richard Johnson. Now he still doesn't like it above 8, I think. I'm pretty sure I'm above 8. But I also think the machine is not super accurate. So I'm not too concerned, especially because I haven't eaten. Whoa, my ketones are at 7.4. I'm questioning the accuracy of that, honestly. Okay, oops, I'm getting blood everywhere. Okay, so let's try the ketones from that same inaccurate machine. Even if a machine is inaccurate, you can do a comparison from one day to another, even if the numbers, that's why CGMs, the numbers are not super accurate. You can always change it by +5 or -5 or +10, but the trends are consistent. Okay, so I'm checking my ketones. The other one said I was 7 point something. I do not have the energy of a 7 point something. I feel good. I probably didn't even need the, okay, so this one says 3.9. So I would, as much as I don't think this one is super accurate. Okay, I'm checking my blood glucose. Okay, it says it's 120. I really think these things are off, but okay, so glucose is in the hundreds, I guess. Okay, so my ketones are 3.9. We'll go with the lower one to be more conservative. Because the markers are coming off really weird, I really want to test my kids. So I have them here.
That did not hurt.
Okay, hold on a sec.
Oh yeah, there we go.
All right, so hold on, don't move.
Is this the ketone machine?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
At least I got one.
He's at 0.1. So maybe it is working. Okay, let's try.
Maybe.
Let's try this one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm so good.
So the other one, the one that was lower for me, shows 0.7 for him.
Oh,
Is it better?
Is ketone good?
Yeah, it's a good thing. Okay, and then he got 107, and this other one,
Hi. If I write so.
his blood sugar is 67. Okay, so this one says 104.
How many
Let's
ketones
do
do I
your
have?
ketones now. 0.2. Okay.
I think that's a high pot.
Okay, so his ketones are 1.4. Okay, this other one says 0.3. I think this is probably more accurate. Okay, still day 2. It is in the afternoon now. I just had some YouTube recordings. I had a couple clients. I just did a little website recommendation for Carnivore Bar. I love their product because it's high fat and it does not skimp on the quality of meats. It's grass finished meats, I believe, or maybe it's just grass fed. It's definitely interesting doing this longer fast while being very busy. So one, it's beneficial because I'm busy. The time is going by fast. I have another Nutrition with Judy group session later today. And then I have one more client and then I should be done for the day. I have another recording tomorrow. I booked a lot of sessions this week. And then when I don't have the client work, I have to actually focus on writing Carnivore Cures version 2. So I'm sipping on my water. Sometimes it's salty, but otherwise I'm fasting and my energy is good. I'm starting to feel a slight tinge of a headache. So I probably will need a little bit more salt, and I'm looking for my little salt thing. Here's my salt, and let's see how we get to day 3. Under the tongue is the best way to put the salt. Hello. Today is day 3. I didn't have any morning calls, so I slept in, and it was really nice. And I'll share a screenshot of my phone, but my CGM shows beautiful numbers over the night. I don't even think there are ups and downs of even 5 points. So it's like perfectly stable. It's amazing. Last night, I felt a little weak. I think what's happening is because I'm not eating, I'm just working. And so I've been working like 12, 13 hours because I'm like, I don't need a break. I'm not even eating. But I just stopped and I actually slept a good amount yesterday. I normally get 7 to 8 hours and I sleep really well. I rarely ever wake up. I slept longer than that. I have a couple YouTube no, I have one YouTube recording today, a couple clients later this evening, and I have my nutritionist team call. So it's going to be a busy day. It just starts later. It is, I'm guessing, like 95 degrees outside, and you could tell I'm wearing long sleeves because I'm starting to get cold. Yeah, I don't really feel hungry though. That is for sure. I just feel a little less energy. Okay, so here's the ketones. 6.4. One thing that I'm really noticing during this fast is it comes easy because I've been in a keto state. I've been eating just mostly meat and my energies are consistent. They are a little bit lower than if I was eating. Oh, look, it says hi for ketones. But I've had fasts where, let's say the day before, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go on a fast so I can eat carbs or whatever it may be. And then I struggled for a lot. And I think it's because the body was trying to get rid of all the sugars and then get into a ketogenic state. And so I would feel hunger because my insulin was probably higher. And I don't have any of that. I don't feel hungry at all. And normally my second day, I feel hungry. And sure, I miss eating, but I don't feel hungry. So that's been pretty easy about this. I just need to make sure and keep my salt and potassium, magnesium levels up. I've just been using a hybrid of everything. So this is the glucose. I don't think it's right. It says 108. My CGM shows 70s, 78. So I'll do a later check-in for day 3. I am at almost 62 hours fasted. So it looks like I just passed minimum insulin. Your insulin has dropped to its lowest level and your body is becoming increasingly insulin sensitive. And it makes sense because my blood sugar is dropping even more. The next one we're trying to hit is immune regeneration, which is what I'm striving for. So your body is breaking down old immune cells and generating new ones. Hello, I just finished my last client and I had more energy after talking to my client. I love clients. I didn't feel as well. I had to take a nap. I felt better. I hydrated and I'm starting to feel a lot more better. My blood glucose has been very, very consistent. My ketones are really good. They're really high, but I don't feel this super energy. But I really think it's because my electrolytes are really imbalanced. So I came on here to just check my markers. I still need to do client notes. So I'm going to do that after it's 9 o'clock. And I feel like I do this instead of eating. So this is my habit that I've changed. So it shows 6.1, 5.2. Okay, so 5.2, 6.1. Let's check glucose, and I'm just going to check uric acid for fun. Okay, blood glucose is 71. Let's check the other monitor, 80. My CGM says 70s too, so they're around the same. And then let's check uric acid. I prick my finger with a higher number so that there's enough blood that I don't have to keep pricking it. And then I'll just squeeze my finger to get more of the blood. So this is uric acid, 8.6. So again, uric acid competes with ketones, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, that's it for today. I'm definitely going to fast through the night. I mean, fasting during the night is easy. I've been sleeping even better because my blood sugar is not really moving much at all. Tomorrow, if I feel very low energy, I'm going to first start with just trying to balance with the water, salt, potassium, magnesium. And if it still doesn't get better from all the things I've looked into, I'm going to just add a little bit of fat. Maybe I do a little bit of butter. Maybe I do a little bit of lard. I don't know, but it looks like autophagy stops when you eat protein. So I was going to use bone broth, but because there's sufficient protein in bone broth, that can activate mTOR, which then stops autophagy. And I'm really doing this not for weight loss, for anything else other than to clean up cells in my system so that I can live longer for my children. Yeah, so tomorrow, if I don't feel good, I'm going to try some fat, and hopefully that won't really diminish the benefits of autophagy. So we'll see. Hello, today's day 4. I feel so much better than I did yesterday. Yesterday, I had low energy. I just read a lot, and it was either electrolytes or it was hydration. So instead of taking any more salt, magnesium, potassium, I just ended up drinking a lot of water, and I feel so much better. I am sleeping a lot more than usual. So I think at night I'm sleeping on and off like 10 hours, which I normally do not sleep that much. I've had a couple questions where people are saying, Judy, you're thin, so why are you fasting? I do have fat on my body for one. It says that if your BMI is below 18, you shouldn't fast, and my BMI is 21, so I think I'm fine. And I'm not really doing this for weight loss. I think I have lost a pound. The other question I got was about being done up. So I generally try not to wear makeup on most days other than the days that I am filming and recording, because I don't think all my makeup is non-toxic or the perfect super ideal unicorn makeup. And so the way that I circumvent that is I try to not wear makeup on the days that I'm maybe just meeting clients or that I'm just doing my day-to-day. I try to limit my makeup. And so I feel like that is kind of that balance that works for me in my life. Today is a lighter day. I don't have any recordings. I think I have a recording tomorrow. I have a couple calls with some service providers. I think a lot of these providers, since I send them a lot of the SIRS people after they do blood work with me, they're just curious about the carnivore diet. And as a lot of these providers are learning about the carnivore diet, they're really interested. And so I've been speaking in their own communities about the carnivore diet and why it's so beneficial for chronic inflammatory response syndrome. So that's been really cool. And then today is Thursday. I try to write my weekly newsletter on Thursday so that I can review it on Friday and then it gets sent out on Saturday. So if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, I highly recommend it. It's where I share a lot more of my inner thoughts, what I'm thinking about that week or what I'm reading, what I've learned. I share like a new research thing. Oh, and if you like the shirt, ask Laura Spath about it. She got it for me for my birthday. I don't wear a ton of t-shirts on recordings or anything like that. I think it's my business consulting side of me where I feel like I have to be super professional. So I'm going to first check my ketones, 5.6 and so 5.6 and high. Ooh, I wonder what number it is that it shows high. Let me try that again. Okay, so this one keeps saying it's high. I test it again. So it's high and 5.6. Maybe I'll test this one again. You see my blood? Okay, clearly this is broken. It says it's 435. Okay, it says my blood sugar is 93, which I don't think it is, but this one shows 198. So I don't know. These strips are old. Maybe that's why it's been in the heat. My Nutrisend shows that my blood glucose never went up beyond 80. I think it was always under 80. So I don't know. I guess these machines are kind of broken. Okay, it's day 5. I am probably going to break the fast earlier today on day 5, so it won't be technically a full 5 days because we're going to a children's birthday party at 5 p.m. and I don't want to feel as low energy or just subdued energy. And so I'll probably eat a carnivore bar or eat something small to just break my fast. And then I'll probably have a normal sized meal on day 6. Okay, blood sugar is 73. Ketones are 6.1. Right, ketones are 5.4. Overall, I don't feel hungry. I sleep really well. I'm sleeping actually more than I usually do, but my energy is overall lower than if I was just in a ketogenic state with food. I just hate that I don't have as much energy as just when I'm eating a carnivore ketogenic diet and I have so much energy to get all the things I need to do get done. But right now I'm doing the bare minimum to just make it through my client work, the client sessions, the recordings, and then I just kind of take it easy. And I kind of hate that. I think I'm just a doer. So I am excited to break my fast and then just go to the kid's birthday and then just start eating normally on Saturday. The fast is over. I am about to go to a kid's birthday. I got to put on makeup. It wasn't a super easy fast, but I'm glad I did it. I do feel a little leaner, but I feel weaker too. So I think once I hydrate with a lot of electrolytes. It is Friday afternoon and we are headed to a kid's birthday party. Are you guys excited?
Yes. Yes.
And I am so excited that I'm not fasting anymore. It's Friday evening. We just got back from a birthday party and I just wanted to jump on here and say hello and that I'm done with my fast. I broke my fast with this carnivore bar. For the rest of the day, even at the party, I didn't have anything, just in case my gut needed to have a little bit of a break. So I had a couple electrolyte drinks of just water with electrolyte powders and I'm feeling good. I am feeling so much more energy now that I'm not fasting. So I think I'm going to limit it to maybe once every 2 years that I'll do an extended fast. But I wanted to share the carnivore bar. Can you see it? It's like a lot of fat and it has like a bit of a crunch. Can you hear it? And it's not sweet. It's super savory. So it's a little bit of a shock to the palate, but once you know what to expect of it, it tastes really good. I really like that it's super high quality and that it's super high fat and I can eat it. And it was a perfect food to break my extended fast with. And I feel that a lot of my cells hopefully have turned over and cleaned up and can live a little bit longer to provide the support as Nutrition with Judy. Okay, guys, I'm going to end this vlog here. What I really want to share is there is so much good science and evidence-based information in terms of why fasting can be so beneficial. It's part of every religion. Long time ago, our ancestors were not able to find food. And so when we didn't eat, we were fasting. And so it's very, very normal. But if we are metabolically not that healthy or that we have a lot of excess insulin or sugar in our bodies, it takes time to start getting used to a lot of extended fasting. So I never recommend that someone just jumps into it. So I highly recommend starting with 2 meals a day and then maybe moving to OMAD or 24 hours a day and then moving to maybe 32 where you're skipping a whole day of eating and then moving to 36 and then 48 and so on and so forth. It took me a very long time to start extended fasting. And since I don't even do alternate day fasting, a 5-day fast now is hard for me, even for me, because I don't really flex my extended fasting muscle. It's hard for me to do a 5-day fast now. So I've learned that if I really want to do it, I should probably prep by doing 36 or 48-hour fast first before I start jumping into an extended fast. I think it's so beneficial for us, but we have to be honest with ourselves and know if we're one doing it for the right reason. So is it because you can't get a grip on your diet and you're trying to quickly lose weight? Extended fasting is, while it works for that a little bit, like you probably don't want to be doing it for that reason. I really use it for longevity to also test my mental fortitude, right? It's hard to go through days without eating, but I want to prove to myself that I can do it. And again, I'm in a very good state with my diet, with my mental health. And so I would never push that or recommend it to people that are not in that place. Always work with someone if you're going to do this, but if you can do it, it is so, so beneficial for the body. You just got to do it in a way that's very safe. And if it makes sense for you at that time and for everything else involved. But I hope that this gives you a little insight into what it takes to do a fast and then how you should slowly break into breaking a fast. So you want to go slow, and there's certain foods you want to eat. When I spoke with Megan Ramos, she recommends like a little bit of meat or just a small bolus of food. You don't want to do eggs. You don't want to do dairy. You probably don't want to do vegetables. And why would you do vegetables anyway? But it's a lot more irritating to the gut. So you want to just eat a small bit. You can even possibly use apple cider vinegar to wake up the digestive process and get the juices flowing. And then eat a little bit, wake up the appetite, and then eventually get to a normal size meal. But usually the first day after fasting for a long time, you probably are not going to eat the calories that you normally do. I probably will end up eating the typical calories I do starting tomorrow. Okay, guys, you know the drill. Make sure to eat a lot of meat, sometimes extended fast, and take care of your bodies because it is the only place you have to live. I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.